It's very easy in life, and not just in one's professional life, to think, who am I? What can I do? I'm just one in a world of 7-8 billion.
You know, it's one of those things where I know that magic is going to happen, but I don't know where it's going to happen or exactly when it's going to happen, but I know it will. And it certainly did on this journey. The point of the leadership learning journeys is for leaders to go to a place which is completely out of their comfort zone, where they have an immersive experience in a different culture, in a different sector. Now, this particular trip was in India, in social enterprises, part of the time in small cities and part of the time in rural Rajasthan. In my experience of working with senior leaders to help them change their abilities, their behavior, their approach to things, I know that change happens when something actually goes against the habit. When people are in situations which is not normal for them, it increases the chances that you're going to get change.
Most of it is about reinvigorating the spirit in which you do things. One thing that Liz loves to do is to bring people together, and then to think always about connections between people, about making connections between people, about who she can introduce you to that will make you better, make your business better, that will in some way broaden your horizons.
If you look at a place that doesn't have a lot of financial resource, you start to realize how much can be accomplished because the spirit and the will of the people is aligned, is strong, is passionate.
Traditionally, if we go in the countryside, and mindset there, only men can do. We want to show to the society, every woman can do work as men do. Beginning time when Bankar Roy came here, generally women don't want to come here. Women should be always in the kitchen to making chapatis. But now you can see everywhere women have come out from their house.
Yes.
Like solar mamas, they come from very far away. And after 6 months, they can run their electronic workshop in their villages. Here is barefoot solar engineer mamas are learning here about solar lighting. They assembling solar circuit board. So all components set up, and they're learning from each other by practical work. So there are about 39 women from 12 different countries.
It's probably almost 50 years on now, and a few years ago they started their own cooperative and started a business there, which is wonderful, so that they're not just sustaining their own village, but they're actually empowering themselves economically as well, which always, we know from research, helps the full community. We shall overcome someday. One of our participants saw that some of the grandmothers were wearing very large big gold nose rings. She had a perspective immediately, without asking about it, that these were almost a kind of symbol of subjugation. The nose rings were actually a symbol of freedom for these women. The initial assumption about what the symbolism was the opposite of what the women experienced themselves.
When we went to the night school and saw these 7, 8, 9-year-old girls who spend their day in the field looking after 3, 4, 5 goats, coming out on a Saturday evening to sit in the most basic of classrooms learning, and I was thinking, what's the most you can hope for these girls? They just can read a bit of Hindi so that they can look at a newspaper or the internet when it finally gets there, so that they can participate in democracy. Maybe one day they could read a book.
turnover of our company is there 25 million. As per square feet of the carpet, generally we produce 500,000 square feet. Fortune at the bottom of the pyramid.
मैं तो अनपढ़ हूँ, मैं तो वैसे भी मतलब कारपेट के बारे में कुछ भी नहीं जानती, मैं मतलब कैसे कर पाऊँगी। तो हरफुल जी ने बोला भाई ये आपकी जवाबदारी नहीं है, ये तो सिर्फ कंपनी की जवाबदारी है और आप तो है ना जो भी हो जैसी भी आप लग जाओ और मतलब तैयार रहना, जो हम करेंगे।
First is our vertical integration and nurturing capabilities of the people at the grassroots level, because they have the minimum resources and much happier than my family. So there is some secret which they know, so why don't we follow their secret?
Drinking chai and chatting, and they were so welcoming and so friendly. It was very moving, and they were very happy. They had so little. We were privileged to be invited to a wedding at the other end of sort of the wealth scale in Jaipur. The most marvellous wedding, 400-500 people there, the women dressed in the most gorgeous saris. And yeah, you know, I'm not sure that they were that happy, a lot of those women. If I had to compare it, the women in the weaver's home were so much happier.
Founder mentality is a pure science that helps explain and bridge these gaps. The research says that front line at the grassroots, they are the doer, they are the kings, they are the heroes of the business. People at corporate office sitting at the top, they are the thinkers. Thinker job is to make doers' life simpler, to help them enhancing their capabilities and skills, and doer pay that salary to the thinkers. Business is next to love. It is the preserver and creator of the civilizations.
Our rule is that if he has come, give him the thing. Basic point is, they are our brothers and sisters, and their dignity has to be respected. No question about it. Where would a poor man go? He has lost his mobility. With mobility, he has lost his economic capability, lost his confidence, lost his social status. Where would he go?
Was started by my father, Mr. D.R. Mehta. He is basically the founder and the chief patron of this organization. His ideology and philosophy that every single human being is the best, is at par with each one of us. So he never sees that he is like poor, he is rich. He says he doesn't have something, I should give it to him.
Run, swim, climb a tree, climb a mountain, ride a bicycle, drive a car.
This is my family. The day I met an accident and I lost my leg, I thought I will not be able to walk on my own feet. When I came here, I saw so many people. They are having same problem. They are standing because of the kind control and kind guidance of this person. He's like a father. So because of him, we have regained the glory of life.
This material here is turned into limbs. So from a pile of pipes, you get dignity and respect, as they were saying. It's transformational change. In the UK, we talk about organisations going through transformational change. That is nothing compared with the transformation in people's lives. From that to the ability to walk. There's a guy here who cycles 14 kilometres to work. He's an amputee above the knee and 14 kilometres home. It's inspiring and humbling in equal measure.
Din tata kata din din kata kata